Hello children. Today we are going to revise the lessons force and pressure and friction. First, what is force? What is force? Force, pull or push is a force. And what are the effects of forces? First effect, children. What are the first effect? Forces can make a stationary object move or can change its position of rest. Second, force can change the speed of a moving object. Third, force can change the direction of motion of a moving object. And fourth is force can change the shape or size of an object. Now, our next is what describes the force. Two things describe the force. First is magnitude, and second is direction. Magnitude, and second is direction. So these two things, they describe the force. Now we are going to discuss types of forces. There are two types of forces. First is contact force and second is non-contact force. Non-contact force. What is contact force? Force act on bodies only when they are in contact with the body. So such forces are called contact forces, and when they act, the forces act on body which are not in contact, they are called non-contact forces. Contact forces are of two types: muscular force and frictional force. What is muscular force? Children, like when we use our muscle and we use to pull or push anything, that is what muscular force. What is frictional force? Friction is a force that shows things down or preventing things from moving. So it always opposes the motion. Now come to the non-contact forces. Non-contact forces are of three types. First is gravitational force. First is gravitational force. This force is that Earth pulls everything towards itself. This force is what? Gravitational force. And on every object, pulls every other object, that is also called gravitational force. So gravitational force is the force with which the Earth pulls everything towards itself, and gravitational force is the force of attraction between particles of matter. Every object exerts this force on every other object. Now, second is magnetic force. This is also a kind of non-contact force. Magnetic force, a magnet can act from distance because it is surrounded by an invisible field of magnetic forces. Third is static force. Sorry, electrostatic. In electrostatic force, charges develop, and these charges, they attract opposite charges. Now next we are coming to the pressure. What is pressure? Pressure is defined as the force exerted per unit area. Force exerted per unit area. Children, here pressure is directly proportional to force. If force will increase, then pressure will also increase. And if area will increase, then pressure will decrease, because pressure is inversely proportional. Area is inversely proportional to pressure. Okay. So if area will increase, then pressure will decrease. Some numericals are based on this. You do the practice of these numericals. Now we are going to discuss liquid pressure. As we go down in liquid pressure, as we go down, liquid pressure increases. And if we compare, like in water bottle or in the mug, the pressure of liquid is same all the sides. The pressure of liquid same at the same height, okay, in any direction. But the height wise, if we see, then the pressure is highest at the bottom. As we go up, it decreases. Okay. So like if we fill water in this vessel, so water will cover more area, means the pressure is high at the bottom, and it decreases as we go up. That is why, children, deep sea divers, they wear special suits when we go deep sea, because the pressure is very high there. Now, what is a pressure gauge? To measure the pressure of liquid. To measure the pressure of liquid, we use the instrument that is called pressure gauge. Okay. And the simplest form of pressure gauge is manometer. Now we are coming to the atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? The air above the air above presses down on us with a force equal to that exerted by a mass of 1 kilogram on every square centimeter. This is called atmospheric pressure. Okay. And it exerts on the object from all the direction is same. Like we had done the activity of crushing the can activity. In that we have proved that air exert pressure from all the direction is same. Crushing the can activity. Okay, one more thing. In this also, atmospheric pressure, as we go high, it decreases, and we go down, it increases. Same as in liquid pressure. Increases, and as we go high, it decreases. That is why in jet planes and all, they create pressure like it is on land. The same kind of pressure they create in jet planes. And astronauts, when they go in space, they wear special suits. Why? Because there is no pressure, and our veins can rupture. Okay. Now next is some we are going to discuss the factors that is affecting the atmospheric pressure, factors that affects the first factor is altitude. Already I told you, as we go high, the pressure decreases, and we go down, it increases. Second is temperature. Temperature, air expand when the temperature it increases and become less dense. Therefore, atmospheric pressure decreases with increase of temperature. Third is humidity. Third is humidity. Water vapor is lighter than air. Therefore, humid air is lighter than dry air. Hence, air pressure decreases. So, in these two cases, temperature increases, atmospheric pressure decreases, and also humidity increases, atmospheric pressure decreases. And altitude, when we go up, it decreases, atmospheric pressure decreases, and as we go down, it increases. So that's all. Now we are going to discuss friction. The force of friction. In the previous chapter, we had discussed about friction. Okay. The force of friction always opposes the motion. Already I told you. Okay. So what friction can do, it tends to stop a moving object, and it also tends to prevent a stationary object from moving. So friction is a force that slows down moving object or prevent stationary object from moving. What causes friction? Two surfaces are there. As we know, it is a contact force. It takes place two surfaces. And when we observe these surfaces very carefully, we will find some bumps, grooves and bumps are there. When these two surfaces, they come in contact, interlocking takes place. And this is what cause of friction. Okay, when one surface move over another, these grooves and ridges get caught up and each with each other and slow down the motion. This causes friction. Now, what are we are going to discuss advantage of friction. It is, we call it necessary evil, although it is bad, but it is very important in our life. We are not able to work if friction is not there. We are not able to write, like I'm writing on the board. I'm writing on the board just because of friction. You are able to write on a paper just because of friction. Third is cars and buses are able to move safely on the road because of friction. Okay, so these are some advantages of friction. Now, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages first is wastage of energy. First is wastage of energy. Friction causes wastage of energy. This is because any object that moves has to overcome the force of friction. Second is produces, it generates heat. It generates heat. Friction generates heat. Sometimes this can be harmful. The heat produced in a fast moving machines is very high. Proper arrangements have to be made to cool the machine. Third is friction wears out the rubbing surfaces. Wear out. Very good example is our sole. Soles of shoes wear out the rubbing surfaces. Okay. The soles of our shoes wear out in a few months due to friction. Now, how to minimize the friction as it is like some disadvantages are there. So we need to minimize in such cases. How we are going to minimize? First is by lubricating. By lubrication. Okay, second, by polishing, we can make the surface smooth in both the cases. And children, liquids also exerts pressure. Liquids also exert pressure, and we call that drag. We call that drag, and we can minimize liquid pressure or drag by streamlining the body. By making it streamlined. Okay, fourth is we can by using wheels or ball bearings. This also reduces the friction by, in this case, we surface area we reduce ball bearings. So this way, by all these ways, we can minimize the friction. Sometimes we need to increase the friction also. How are we going to increase the friction? First, by making designs or pattern on tires. Design or patterns on tires. That increases the friction. And sometimes you have seen when in rainy season, the roads are strewn with small pebbles to increase the friction. Wrestlers, they also want to increase the friction. They smear mud soil in their palms. Okay, so these are some ways we can increase the friction. So that's all, children. Thank you.